Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to the predictions and breakdowns. Today we have UFC Fight Night. Israel Adesanya taking on Nasruddin Imavov, which is on Saturday, the 1st of February, 2025. We are in Saudi Arabia for this card, so expect a lot of rigged scorecards, most likely. We're just going to get right into it, starting with the prelims, ending with the main event. And the first prelim opener is a little bit tough. It's kind of interesting. Hamdi El-Dawlahabi against Jamal Poges. And we're going to go with Hamdi. The reason being, Jamal Pogues is a little bit slower in the later rounds. Hamdi is literally consistently pressuring a lot of these heavyweights that he's taking on. The fight against Don'Tale Mayes, he dropped him, I think, twice. Was having a lot of overwhelming pressure with his hands. He was able to trip him a couple of times in the second and third round. Kind of pressure Don'Tale Mayes, who's he's a pretty big boy. Pressure Don'Tale Mayes against the cage and get takedowns. Don'Tale Mayes is 6'6", man. He was pressuring this guy against the cage. He had forward momentum. He was gassing Don'Tale. He was on the back foot. He was starting to just... His gas tank was completely gone inside that second round. Even though Don'Tale Mayes won the second round, and Hamdi won the first and the third. It was really interesting to see that Don'Tale Mayes was still kind of gassed. I mean, Hamdi was just throwing kind of weak shots inside that second round, was able to get a little trip, a takedown late in the round. And Don'Tale Mayes looked kind of confused. And when you have Jamal Pogues, who also looks kind of terrible, you have a guy, Hamdi El-Dawlahabi, he's kind of similar to Mick Parkin, and Jamal Pogues lost Mick Parkin by decision. And Mick Parkin is one of those guys who's got shocking power. He kind of just has more selective shots than he does just raw power. And he's really strong in the boxing, to be completely honest. He was able to knock out Lucas Bresky. I thought Bresky was going to be able to get an underdog win against Mick Parkin, and that was not even in sight, not even close. And Jamal Pogues against Thomas Peterson, he even lost a round. Peterson looked like he was able to keep it at least on par with Pogues. Like, Pogues looked kind of shitty inside the later rounds. He looked gassed. And I think Hamdi's just going to come out and starch him. I think he's just going to just beat the shit out of him. I don't think really Jamal Pogues has a lot for this guy. I think even in the takedown department, like the wrestling department, Thomas Peterson was able to keep his ass up against Jamal Pogues. He was able to reverse Pogues multiple times, and he was able to keep his ass away from the cage. I don't see that happening with Hamdi. He just seems a little bit more explosive, a little bit quicker. And he seems like one of those heavyweights that at 265 looks like he's moving around like a 245. So I like that from Hamdi. I'm picking him to win. We're going to move on next to the prelims. Bogdan Grad against Lucas Alexander. I was originally picking Bogdan Grad. I rewatched the fight with Michael Aswell. Dude, this guy eats shots and he doesn't look good when he gets hit. He really does not look... Bogdan does not look good when he gets hit. He got knocked out by Tom Nolan. He was eating nasty shots from Michael in the third round. Michael was bleeding completely out of his left eye. And Bogdan Grad is still eating, like, right hooks. Like, popping his head fully back. And they don't even look strong. They just look like they're just connecting. And his whole head's going back. His eyes are going to the back of his head. I'm a little bit worried that Lucas Alexander is going to come out here and sleep Grad. He opened as a plus 170. Bogdan Grad opened as a minus 220. And we've gone down to Bogdan Grad being a minus 185 yesterday. He is now a minus 120. The amount of money that's on Lucas Alexander right now is very, very high. Vegas has moved this line incredibly. You go watch Lucas Alexander versus Jeka Sergey. And in the opening seconds of the fight, Jeka's one of those guys that's kind of just he's just looking to brawl. He's looking to knock you out. He's looking to just get it done early. He's kind of similar to Ming Yang Zhang. He wants to brawl. He wants to get in the pocket situations. And he was a huge favorite, man. Lucas was a huge favorite. And I think going into this next fight, into a fight with Bogdan Grad, if he didn't get knocked out here, he'd probably be a minus 400. Realistically, you're getting a good price on Lucas Alexander if you're betting him. Realistically, in this situation, Lucas Alexander probably is going to come out with a win. He's had a long time off. He's had a year and a bit to clear his head. He took the right amount of time off from fighting. And this is where he comes back and starches a guy. This is kind of what it feels like. It kind of feels like Bogdangrad's going to make his UFC debut and just get torched. Because he's been in Contender Series twice. Usually guys, statistically, who have been in Contender Series twice, number one, don't even get into the UFC more often than not. And number two, they usually do not last inside the UFC longer than 3 fights. So I'm expecting Lucas Alexander to probably come out here now and just starch after taking more consideration into it. I think Bogdangrad has a little bit of a problem when he gets into pocket situations. I think Lucas Alexander is going to fucking have a field day. I think he's going to be thrown from the hip at one point, and I think Lucas is able to take more shots than Bogdangrad. Like, he would landed every single strike on Jeka. Jeka just landed the perfect strike whenever he turned his head and got knocked out to ground and pound, I'm pretty sure, and it was just really unfortunate to see. Seeing as how he hit him with the full blitz basically to start the fight. And Bogdangrad is one of those guys who I don't think can take that type of punishment anymore. Especially from a guy like Lucas Alexander who has insane power. I mean, he only has a win over Steven Peterson inside the UFC, but, you know, getting Brito and Jeka your first couple fights, come on, man. Kind of unfortunate. It is what it is, though. We're going to move on next on the prelims. Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Mayra Bueno Silva. I'm still on the Jasmine Jasudavicius train. I've been hyping this girl up for the last 2 years. She is absolutely insane. She's been improving consistently throughout every fight. She has a win over the UFC vet Miranda Maverick. Lost to Tracy Cortez, which is kind of concerning, seeing as Tracy Cortez is kind of shitty, to be completely honest. The fight against Rosen Namajunas kind of opened up all of the holes in her game. She just doesn't have the type of fluidity that she's going to need to be one of those top 10 contenders, to be completely honest. She beat up Fatima Klein, Ariana Lipsky. I think this is a perfect win for Jasmine Jasudavicius to get into the top like 10 or top 5 and kind of push her towards a title shot. This is a huge win for her. I need to check that text. Hold on. Okay, we're good. And Mayra Bueno Silva last 2 times. If Raquel Pennington was able to beat her up, she clearly gassed after 2 rounds against Raquel Pennington. Had nothing left. Every single time she went for a takedown, didn't work. She kind of gave up. It kind of felt like she gave up. She lost most of the rounds. And Raquel Pennington is now the champ, which is just fucking, it's just sad. Is she still champ? Nope. Juliana Pena beat her by split decision, which was also a robbery, but we don't really want to talk about that. That's a trashy-ass fight. Macy Chasson opened her up with a cut inside the second round. She was looking shitty before that anyway. Chasson was kind of running away with it. And Jasmine Jasudavicius, again, consistently improving Canadian. Too much going for her for me to run away here. She is the taller fighter. She does have the longer reach. She probably will be weighing in a little bit closer to... What are we fighting at? Flyweight? Oh my god, Mayra Bueno's dropping? Ooh, wait. Ooh. I didn't know that. Okay. Now this is interesting. This is interesting because Jasmine cuts to 125. Not even like 126. I wonder if Mayra's going to make the weight. This is interesting. Hold on. Okay. This kind of throws a wrench into what I was talking about. I didn't realize this fight was at flyweight and Silva's dropping. I'm still taking the side of Jasmine, but that's a little bit worrisome because Mayra's going to be a little bit heavier, and you're going to use that wrestling approach. And the thing is, though, I think Jasmine's still better in the stand-up. To be completely honest, I think Silva's kind of fucked. I think Silva's going to have a fighter who can actually defend her takedowns and beat the shit out of her. I think Jasmine's going to put a display on. I still believe in her. Jasmine Jasudavicius by decision. I think she can beat her up. I mean, unless you're getting cut, I don't think you're stopping Silva. She's got a nice chin. But, you know. Hey, talk about chins. Next on the prelims, Terrence McKinney against Damir Hadzovic. Hadzovic? I don't even know what that is. Hadzovic. Where's he from? Bosnia? Bosnia and Herzegovina? What the fuck? Fighting guy Denmark? Dude, this guy's insane. Too bad he's going to get knocked out by Terrence McKinney in the first round with that cool-ass name of him. Yep, the Bosnian bomber is not making it out of the first round. Terrence McKinney's going to knock this dude out in probably 90 seconds or less. I'm guessing flying knee or something. Terrence McKinney is one of those guys, again, first round or bust. He's going to be forcing the pressure on Damir. He's going to be walking him down completely. expect Terrence McKinney to make it quick, make it flashy, and walk off with his hands inside the air. I thought he was going to be able to beat Esteban Ribovic. That head kick was nasty as hell. I'm not going to lie. I needed him for big money there. And, of course, every time I bet Terrence McKinney, he loses. So we're not going to bet Terrence McKinney today. We're going to bet under. That's what we're going to bet. We're going to bet under. That's the bet. Under half a round. I'm sure it's going to be plus like 100. I'll still bet it. Yeah, we're going to see. Yeah, I don't see a world where Damir Hadzovic wins. He doesn't have that type of power that you see from a lot of guys inside the UFC. And I think when it comes down to it, Terrence McKinney is just way more explosive. And I think Damir's just going to get caught. I think he's going to try and wrestle, and Terrence is going to throw him off of him and just brawl against the cage, and it's going to be over. I don't think he's going to get knocked out cold. I think we're going to see a TKO against the cage. But, yeah, I think Terrence McKinney, T-Rex gets it done. And tall, dude, he's just a tall guy. Lot of reach, lot of power inside those hands, a lot of whip inside that punch, and he's 8 years the younger fighter. It's 63 or 67% even if we're not taking into account power right there. 67% chance to win automatically based on statistics. And I think Terrence McKinney has it, and I think he's going to get done. We're going to move on to our featured prelim bout of the evening. Shamil Gaziev taking on Thomas Peterson. We're taking Shamil Gaziev because Thomas Peterson's absolutely ass. And if Shamil Gaziev loses this fight, he's one of the worst fighters I've ever seen in my life. He fought Jairzinho Rozenstruik, got completely fraud checked. It was very clear that Jairzinho Rozenstruik and his superior striking abilities was enough to take Shamil Gaziev off of his wrestling game. Gaziev couldn't do anything. He literally had to retire in the middle of the fight saying he couldn't see. My guess, because he was hurting pretty fucking bad from those leg kicks and he wanted to quit. He literally said he couldn't see. He told the doctor he couldn't see. He said, "Oh, I didn't want to quit." But you told the doctor you didn't see? Nice, bro. Nice. Thomas Peterson's just terrible. He beat Muhammad Usman, but he's also fucking completely awful. Didn't use any wrestling tactics whatsoever, even though he's a football player. And lost to Jamal Poges, who looked slow as shit in that fight inside the second and third round. Looked like he had nothing. He beat Chandler Cole by a key lock. If you're getting a key lock on a guy inside MMA, it's because he's too dog shit to fucking do anything. That's all it is. It's literally that he is just too dog shit. He's that bad that he can't do anything. This guy has no decisions. He's lost by KO 3 times inside the first. The guy that Thomas Peterson's beat. He lost 3 times by KO inside the first round and lost a key lock once. If you're losing the key lock to a heavyweight fighter, it is because you have no ground game and you didn't train it. You just fucking punch a bag every half an hour at your fucking Good Life Fitness. Listen, Thomas Peterson is going to get his ass whipped, to be completely honest. He's not going to be able to take down fucking knock down a Shamil Gaziev. To be completely honest, I don't see it happening. He's just too big. The guy's fucking 6'4", 78 inches of reach, weighs in fucking 10 pounds heavier probably than Thomas Peterson is. He's probably eating a fucking Big Mac on his way to the fight. I think Shamil Gaziev's going to beat the shit out of Thomas Peterson. I see Shamil Gaziev by round 2 knockout. I see him just getting laid on and just getting some elbows to the side of the head before he has to tap because the ref's not going to save him. He's going to let him die. We're going to start the main card. Muhammad Naimov against Khan Oley. This one's sitting in the back of my head because I think Khan Oley is going to beat the shit out of him. I think this is a fight where Khan Oley is going to show off his skills that he didn't get to show off against Marion Santos. Marion Santos turned out to be a really, really huge prospect, and he turned out really, really good. I thought Khan Oley had a huge shot against him, and now he can prove me wrong here. I think Muhammad Naimov's a little bit overrated. I think the win against Nathaniel Wood's fantastic. I think the fight against Jamie Malarkey is concerning. Jamie Malarkey is one of those fighters who's very on and off. They kind of feed him to some contenders because he's a half-decent guy. But the problem being that he's a little bit chinny. So when he gets hit with the perfect strike, he goes down. Jamie Malarkey was beating Muhammad Naimov. Very clear. He was winning those first 2 rounds. He stepped in, got 8 a nasty overhand, right, and just got dropped and got pounded out. Even though I think he was kind of okay and he probably could have kept the fight going. And that was his UFC debut for Muhammad Naimov. I'm a little bit worried, bro. I'm a little bit worried at the fact that Muhammad Naimov didn't really show anything against Felipe Lima. Kind of just got his ass whooped. The best one he has is Nathaniel Wood, and Nathaniel Wood's one of those guys who I'm pretty sure moved up, right? Nathaniel Wood at 146, or did he move down? Hold on. Yeah, he moved up. So he's not even a natural like 145er. He's fighting guys inside 145 when he's not even a 145er. Muhammad Naimov being one of those guys that, like, you know, like, just bro. He's not a 145er. Nathaniel Wood is not a 145er. You couldn't finish him with anything? Nothing? Technically, he's 10 pounds down on you, bro. You're a natural featherweight. Muhammad Naimov barely makes 145. This guy's giant. Okay? He's 5'9", 70 inches of reach. He's big for a 145er. He's pretty big. Realistically, he could be another inch taller, but that's pretty tall. And he's not able to do anything against guys like that. And Con Ofley is one of those guys that, like, dude, the ground game's there. You're going to be dealing with a guy who's trying to submit you all night. I don't know if Naimov can deal with that. He hasn't had to deal with that. That's a huge fucking problem. I'm thinking Con Ofley by submission, man. It's what it feels like. Guillotine, steps in, gets trapped, goes for a shitty takedown on a Con Ofley who he feels like is a smaller guy, gets his neck wrapped up real quick, tries to drop him. Con Ofley just rolls to the side. It's over. It's over. I don't see Naimov taking this to a decision. You either have to knock this dude out or you're fucked. And the people taking knockout on this, you have not watched Naimov fight. You haven't. Con Ofley is not chinny, bro. He's not. He took a lot of shots from Marion Santos before he got knocked down. And before he got knocked out. He took a lot of punishment there. I got Con Ofley. That's what we're taking. We're taking Con Ofley. Submission or decision if you want to take that. Next on the main card, Faraz Zaim versus Mike Davis. We're taking Faraz Zaim. Zaim opened up like a plus 200. I don't know why. His kickboxing is absolutely unreal. Matt Frivola, Claudio Puelles, Jai Herbert, Michael Figlat, excuse me. And Mike Davis is coming on what? When's the last time he fought? Natan Levy. Oh, yeah, Natan Levy. Because, yeah, we all thought Natan Levy had a fucking chance. Bro, his best win was Mike Breeding. Get the fuck out of here. Mike Davis, dude. His best win being Borshov is a problem because Borshev's a fucking fraud. This dude's a fraud. This dude's terrible. He's not good at all. Tom Nolan's going to beat the shit out of that guy. I got Faraz Zaim easy. I don't even know why people are taking Mike Davis. Maybe it's the fact that he's explosive like that, but you're dealing with Faraz Zaim, man, who has shown that he has takedown defense. The threat for him is in the submission game. So Mike Davis is going to want to try and put him on his ass and choke him out. But, dude, you're Mike Davis. You're a guy who's literally a brawler and has, like, half-decent takedowns. You're not going to be doing that. I think we all know he's not going to be doing that. I think Faraz Zaim and Mike Davis are going to have a kickboxing match, and Zaim's just going to kickbox the shit out of him for 3 rounds and win on a scorecard. I don't see him knocking him out. I mean, Matt Frivola, the reason why he got knocked out, his coach just kind of made a mistake telling him to move to the side. Got kneed right in the head as soon as Zaim heard that. I don't know. I don't think Zaim loses this. The fact that he opened up a plus 200 means Vegas knows something, bro. Davis is very, very well vetted. Don't get me wrong. I just think in this situation, he's outmatched. I think Zaim's kickboxing ability is going to negate everything for Davis. I think his legs are going to get chewed up, and I think his body's going to be a little too compromised to the point where he can't be doing all those takedowns and pushing him against the cage. I think Zaim's going to keep it at kickboxing range. And, I mean, dude, he has the range. He has 2.5 inches of reach. Like, he just keep him at jab range. Keep those teeps up the middle for Mike Davis. Keep those fucking nice body kicks that he has, the nice switch kick, and just keep Mike Davis away. Because Mike Davis ain't going to be doing much. You can throw those kicks right into his forearms, make him bruised, make him bleed. Let's get it done. I believe in Faraz Zaim. Next on the main card, Said Nurmagomedov against Vinicius Olivera. This one's tough because if Vinicius can stop the takedown, Said's in fucking trouble, dude. Because this guy hurts. This guy hurts a lot. I think Said Nurmagomedov has a big chance to submit him, though. I think Olivera's big problem is his ground game. I think he's one of those guys that can stop the takedowns and just start a brawl. But when he does get taken down, he looks kind of lost. And I'm not sure how much he's been taken down inside the UFC yet. I don't remember how many. Let's just check real quick. I'll check on the other monitor real quick while we're Ricky Simone versus Benicia. Oh, we're just losing stuff. Excuse me, just coughing. Clearing my throat here. We have how many takedowns? Ricky Simone landed 2 takedowns of 11. Ooh. And Ricky's got decent takedown defense. And Vinicius outlanded him by 30 strikes every round. At a minimum. I like Vinicius. Do I like Vinicius? Man, I like Saeed, though. This is tough, man, because Saeed's put away some good guys. It's just submission game's really dangerous, man. And Vinicius kind of looks to knock guys out. You're not knocking this guy out, unfortunately. It's just not... I mean, you could, but I haven't seen Saeed really rocked yet. I haven't seen him fight a big-handed guy, I guess. I guess Muin Gaffer was pretty good, but he got caught. I'm going to say... Who am I going to say? These Brazilians recently, man, are insane, but the Russians have been having a good run. The Nurmagomedov camp's kind of having a good run at it. I don't think Khabib is going to be in this corner in this fight, and that actually makes sense to me because I think Khabib went back home to train. I'm going to say Vinicius Oliveira. I don't know, man. This is a tough fight. I'm going to say Vinicius Oliveira, but if you see... I'm going to say Vinicius Oliveira, if he can stop the takedowns inside the first minute and a half, and he can keep it on the feet and maybe crack a couple leg kicks under Magomedov, he will win the fight. If this fight goes distance, he probably will win the fight. I think Nurmagomedov's going to need to stop him because every fucking round starts on the feet. You're going to have a problem, man, with Oliveira on his feet. He doesn't look gassed ever. I've never seen this guy gassed. Maybe third round against Simone, but he was still throwing heat, bro. He's throwing heat. And you can't get hit by any of those. You get hit by any of those, you're going down. Especially when you're gassed like that. No way. We're going to just take Vinicius Oliveira. It's hard to talk about this one because I just have a feeling that something crazy is going to happen here. This fight's not going distance. It does not feel like it's going distance. This feels like a fucking early round 2 something. Keep a lookout on that. This is actually a highlight fight. Keep a real lookout on this one because if Oliveira gets a highlight knockout on a Nurmagomedov, watch this guy's fucking stocks skyrocket. It's going to get thrown in the top 15 just for that. Next on the main card, Sergey Pavlovich against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Pavlovich is on a bad roll. Knocked out by Aspinall, lost to one of his better friends that I don't think he's friends with anymore, Alexander Volkov. Rozenstruik is on a nice little run right now. Shamil Gaziev, retirement. Tai Tuivasa split, which was not a split. It should have been a unanimous decision. It was clearly a rigged decision. But I think Jairzinho Rozenstruik's in a little bit over his head. This is going to be similar to the Francis Ngannou fight where you're not going to have a guy that's going to just sit there and want to pitter-patter. He's not going to want to sit and leg kick. Sergey is going to fucking storm the gates. He's going to storm the gates, and Jairzinho does not have the type of power in his hands that he's going to need to deal with Sergey Pavlovich. He just doesn't. Pavlovich has so much reach that Jairzinho is not going to be able to fucking touch him before Pavlovich just rips a right hook and a left hook behind it. I think Rozenstruik's going to get stuck in just a combination of punches, be unable to do anything, fall to the ground, and just lose a TKO. I think Pavlovich is very clearly the favorite here. I think he should be the favorite. I think he's going to win this fight. He's not bad. Like, you have to remember, the Curtis Blades win, bro, that's an issue. That's an issue for everyone because that proves that even if you got them wrestling, you might still be fucked. You got to do what Volkov did and just outpace him, outrange him. Not even, well, he has less range, but like just keep him on the end of your punches. Keep moving. You know his game. You know what he's going to do. Try and force him against the cage. Maybe try and trip him. Like slow him down. Rozenstruik can't do that. That's leg kicks. That's all he got. That's all he has. Clinch work, maybe. Not even going to be able to get a tie clinch with this guy. He's too fucking big. He's too huge. Rozenstruik's kind of fucked. Feels like he's fucked. Feels like he's a little bit unfair. Oh my god, we're losing the light. I'm going to bash the hell out of this thing. It just feels like it's a little bit unfair of a fight for Rozenstruik. This is just not what he was hoping for. Not what I was hoping for him anyway, but Sergey's going to get a nice little win on his record and start moving on fucking heavyweight territory again. Next in the main event, we have the co-main, Shar Magomedov. Jesus. We're gonna re-say that. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. We have next on the prelims, the co-main event of the evening, Shar Bullet Magomedov against Michael Venom Page. We're going Michael Venom Page. MVP is more explosive. He's got that karate-type style. I think he's just going to blitz on Shar and point him out. I don't think this is going to be a knockout fight. I can see Michael just outpointing him. The fight against Machado Gary opened my eyes a lot. The fight against Kevin Holland did. He's fucking wicked fast. Bullet has never fought a guy like this, and Bullet is not that fast. Shara Bullet is not that fast. The spinning back fist, I'll give you that. That was pretty fast. Realistically, yeah, that was pretty fast. That was a really nice spinning back fist. Nice. Good job. You're fighting Michael Venom Page, bro. This is like one of the fastest middleweights I've ever seen in my life. Literally in my life. I've never seen this guy faster. And he's moving up to fight this guy too, which is kind of ridiculous. Moving up to fight Shara Bullet, I want to see what Michael looks like. Because he put on 15 pounds in 6 months. So that also the problem though. Dude. I'm gonna keep with my predictions. I don't know why I was gonna switch there. I was actually about to switch. No, Michael Venom Page, bro. Shara Bullet is good, bro. We're in Saudi Arabia too, so maybe that could take it into consideration. If it goes to a decision, Shara will win no matter what because they will rig the scorecards for him. That's very possible. Michael might need a knockout. It's just Shara Bullet, man. He seems to have a lot of holes in his game, and it seems like the speed could do him some good. It feels like the speed on the side of Michael Venom Page is what's going to win him the fight here. The veteran status, the knowledge of fights, the ability to fight against guys similar to Shara Magomedov. Like, where's a couple of them? Douglas Lima, I mean. Similar. Yeah, I mean, I forgot about this guy too. Logan Storley. Page won a split decision against him. He didn't get knocked out either. Page was able to slow this guy down. If you like, even Mike Perry and bare knuckle, he was able to slow down Mike Perry. Mike Perry's a fucking brawler, man. He's an absolute animal inside that bare knuckle cage. Michael Venom Page is just, he has the knowledge. He's able to keep pace. He's able to create the pace of the fight. And if he does that with Shara, and Shara falls into his little fucking snake trap, I think he's fucked. You're gonna get outpointed by a guy who knows how the system works. And if you have proper judges there, I think you got to give it to Michael Venom Page. The move up to middleweight's a little concerning, though. Later in your career, though, moving up's usually good. It usually means you can take more shots and then you hit a little bit harder. I want to see if he can keep up that speed at middleweight, and if he can, I think he gets a win over Shara Bullet and hands him his first churro. We're going to go on main event of the evening. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to drop a like and, again, subscribe. I know I said that for the co-main, but I got to say it again in case you didn't hear it. It's the cringe YouTube stuff. I have to say it. It is what it is. It's stereotypical. Israel Adesanya against Nasruddin Imavov. We're going Izzy. Izzy at a minus 180, I guess now, but I think minus 170 in the books is a fucking steal over the years. He's been an average of like minus 300, minus 400 over the last like 2 or 3 years when he's been fighting these guys. Even when he fought Pereira, he's a favorite, I'm quite sure, right? Yep, he was a favorite. Even in the one before, minus 230, like Cannonier, he's a huge favorite, minus 550. Robert, he was a minus 300. This guy averages minus 3. You have a minus 180 sitting in front of your face who's one of the greatest middleweights ever to live. Literally. Like one of the greatest middleweights to ever live. And he's fighting Nasruddin Imavov, who has problems with range, lost to Sean Strickland due to volume, lost to Phil Hawes. Like it's very clear there is a fucking giant gap in skill right here. And Brendan Allen's not even a real top 10. Roman Dolidze's kind of shit. Or a majority decision over him's crazy. The punches and knees against Jared Cannonier, I felt like Cannonier was fine. I feel like it was an early stoppage. It was very unfortunate to see, though, because Cannonier I like watching it knocked out's a little bit of, like, it's just unbelievable to see realistically. Wait, was that the one? Maybe hold on. That could be a mistake, because no, I think that was an early stoppage, if I'm not mistaken. But you have Israel Adesanya, who's going to be throwing question mark kicks, throwing a lot of leg kicks, a lot of body kicks, keeping Nasruddin Imavov at range, the 1-2, the nice slip and counter. You have Izzy at his best at this point. This is his final run at a title. If he loses this fight, this is a huge hit to his stock. This is a huge hit. This is basically his career at this point, and I believe that Izzy still has a chance to fight for the title again. I think he will get the rematch against whoever wins Sean Strickland against Dricus du Plessis, and I think at this point he's going to beat Nasruddin Imavov, move on to another guy in the top 3, and then just get another title shot, or move straight from this into a title shot, seeing as he's number 4. Who's even number 3 right now? Sean Dricus Chimaev? Ooh, if Izzy has to fight Chimaev, that's bad.
It's going to get choked out instantly. Like 5 seconds, maybe. But
you have this fight. Imavov not going to be able to fucking out. Dude, you're dealing with the elite level kickboxer against Nasruddin Imavov, who's just a guy who learned striking in the hedges of France. We're going with Israel Adesanya, the previous champ. We have to. You have to. You have to. The guy who was considering a move up to light heavyweight at one point took on Pavolovich, lost very clearly, terrible performance, fought at his basically just natural weight, and just looked like shit. Took a lot of competition on, beat the middleweights completely, waited for Alex Pereira to basically come and find him after he talked shit in an interview. Like, this guy is unbelievable. He's beaten the middleweights completely once. He may as well do it again. I got him easily against Naimov. That's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Make sure you drop a like if you did. I'll see you guys, Thursday? Yeah, we'll see you Thursday for the fucking... the betting talk, and we'll see you on Saturday for the live stream. I'll probably have another live stream during the week. I might drop one extra video this week as well. That's all I got for you guys for this. If you guys got anything that you want to talk about in the comments, drop it, because I'm not really sure about this card. If you guys got any picks or you guys disagree, I'd love to hear it, because I'm not sure. There's a lot of tough things. The Page fight, the Lucas Alexander fight, Khan Ofli, Muhammad Naimov fight. There's a lot. There's a lot of sketchy fights, but I think there's a lot of underdogs that are winning this week, and I think Page is one of them. Let's get it done. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll talk to you later. Peace.